Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to our another session of Kartik reading, and a very happy Diwali to everyone. May this Diwali brings light of knowledge and devotion in our heart. Today we have a very young speaker, our beloved Somya. She is born and raised in Krishna consciousness. She went to Sunday school and now she is assisting in Sunday school. She is very good in singing, dancing, and hosting programs. Somya and her family are very devoted and sincere towards our movement. They bring Radha Shyam Sundar every Sunday to our center. And if you see Somya around, she's always carrying a very sweet and nice smile. So let's welcome Somya with a big smile and loud Hari Bol. Over to you, Somya.
Evo. Happy Diwali, everyone. So for today's topic, we're going to be talking about significance of Diwali. So what is a festival? So 1 second. Festival is a time of joy, happiness, and auspicious songs. So in Sanskrit, the name for festival is Utsav. And this word, ut, means erasing, to do an end to, and sav means material sadness, worries, and problems. Hence, the festival is the time of removing all of our sadness and worries. So
your presentation is not visible.
Oh, it's not visible?
Yeah, it's still loading. I thought you were working on it. Yeah, it's loading.
Oh.
I mean, you might want to just reshare it.
Yes. Second. Is my slideshow visible?
No.
Oh. 1 second. Sorry, everyone.
It's a blank screen.
It's a blank screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah, now it's visible.
It's visible?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey,
You might just want
sure.
to go to the slideshow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
a short,
All good. Yes, all good.
short setback. Okay, so significance of Diwali, and I was just talking about the festival, what Utsav means. So, we're gonna talk about, there are actually 5 days of Diwali. I used to think there was only one Diwali, and that was today. But there's actually 5 days, and it starts from the first day of Diwali, which is called Dhanvantari Trayodashi. So this is when Lord Dhanvantari appeared, and he delivered Ayurvedic medicine for mankind. This day marks the beginning of Diwali celebrations, and at sunset, Hindus bathe and offer oil lamps along with prasad to Yamaraj. And this is the Lord of Death, and they pray for protection from untimely death. So that's just the first day, the beginning of the festivities. So now the second day of Diwali, this is called Naraka Chaturdashi, otherwise known as Shoti Diwali. So this was actually yesterday, when we celebrated in temple. And on this day, Lord Krishna killed the demon Narakasur and liberated the 16,000 princesses the demon held captive. And now the third day of Diwali, that's actually today. So this is the actual day of Diwali, and it is commonly known as the Hindu New Year. The faithful cleanse themselves and join with their families and priests to worship the goddess Lakshmi, the consort of Lord Vishnu. And they do this to receive blessings of wealth, prosperity, triumphs of good over evil, and light over darkness. And this is the day that Lord Rama returned to Ayodhya from his 14-year exile, having successfully rescued Sita and defeated the demon Ravana. So the people of Ayodhya illuminated the kingdom with earthen diyas, which are oil lamps, and fireworks to celebrate the return of their king. So this is the most commonly known reason for Diwali. But there's also in ISKCON, the Damodar Leela of Lord Krishna, and Mother Yashoda is also celebrated on this day. This was the day when Mother Yashoda tied little Krishna to a motor, and there little Krishna freed the Yamala trees, Nalakuvera and Manigriva, from their curse. And this story teaches us to love and surrender to Krishna. Actually, this is my favorite pastime of all time. And during this beautiful month of Kartik, every day we try to sing Damodar Astakam. It's such a beautiful, beautiful verse. And the translation just describes Krishna in this pastime of Damodar Leela. So it is very dear to my heart. And that's the main reason why I celebrate Diwali. And in rural areas of India, in Diwali, which occurs during the end of a growing season, is a harvest festival. Now, harvest normally brought prosperity. So after reaping their harvest, farmers celebrated with joy and gave thanks to God and the demigods for granting them a good crop. So this is why Diwali is called the Festival of Lights, because of all these lamps getting lit and all of these beautiful, just fireworks, everything being offered to Krishna. So Krishna actually has a verse in chapter 10, verse 11 in Bhagavad Gita. And he says, Tesam ivanukam partam aham ajnana jam tama nasyami atma bhavasto jnana deepina basvata. And the translation is, to show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge and darkness born of ignorance. So he's just saying that he is like the shining lamp of knowledge, and he's destroying this darkness born of ignorance. So that's like a very special verse to Diwali, because we all light lamps, and even during this whole month of Kartik, for every time we do Damodar Astakam, when we're offering these lamps to Damodar, it is destroying this darkness born of ignorance in our hearts. So now the fourth day of Diwali, this is tomorrow, and Bali Maharaj was defeated on this day by Lord Krishna's dwarf Brahmana incarnation, Vamandev. It is written in the Ramayana that when the bridge to Lanka was being built by the Varna army, Hanuman was bringing a mountain as material to help with the construction of the bridge. When a call was given that enough materials had already been obtained, Hanuman placed the mountain down before reaching the construction site. Due to a lack of time, he did not return the mountain to its original place. This deity presiding over the mountain spoke to Hanuman, asking for his reason for leaving the mountain there. And Hanuman replied that the mountain should remain there until the age of Dwapara, when Lord Rama incarnates as Lord Krishna, who will shower his grace on the mountain and will instruct that the mountain be worshipped not only in that age, but in the ages to come. And this deity whom Hanuman spoke to was Govardhan, an incarnation of Lord Krishna, who manifested himself in the form of the mountain. And this is why Govardhan Puja is performed, and the celebration is continued to this day. Now, there are many, many variations of the story of how Govardhan came. I know Ramchandra Prabhu gave a beautiful story along with this same reason. So it's just many different stories in different parts of India, and it's a very beautiful pastime. So now the fifth day of Diwali, on this day, Govardhan Puja is performed, a special harvest festival. And thousands of years ago, Lord Krishna caused the people of Vrindavan to perform Govardhan Puja. So we'll go deeper into the story tomorrow. Prabhuji is going to go a lot deeper into Govardhan Puja, so I won't talk much on that. But there's another story for the fifth day of Diwali. So the fifth day of Diwali is called Bratri Duj, and this is dedicated to sisters. So we've heard of Raksha Bandhan, which is Brother's Day. Well, this is Sister's Day. Many moons ago in the Vedic era, Yamaraj, the Lord of Death, visited his sister Yamuna on this day. He gave Yamuna a boon that whoever visits her on this day shall be liberated from all sins. They will achieve moksha, which is liberation, and from then on, brothers will visit their sisters on this day to inquire about their welfare, and many faithful bathe in the holy waters of the Yamuna River. I think 2 years ago, I got the opportunity to go to the Yamuna River and bathe, me and my brother and my family. We all are in India and we all did this together. My mamas, they prayed for my mom, and it was a really beautiful time. Actually, it was so filled and so crowded that I was just standing there and I was getting carried by the crowd. And Yamuna River was so filled. And diyas were being lit. It was such a auspicious time. So that is the 5 days of Diwali. So now we can talk about the significance of Diwali. So what do these 5 days really represent? What do they give for us? So on this day, diyas, candles, and lamps will be installed throughout the houses to illuminate the path to knowledge and victory. Each house is decorated with different colored lights and diyas, and the soft brilliance and warmth emitted from homes all over the country is a truly beautiful sight. Not only in India, but in America, we have so many people that do this. And the Diwali festival also serves as a purification ritual, which means letting go of all the worries and difficulties of the past year and stepping into the light. So during the days leading up to the Diwali festival, which is the 3rd day, families gather to clean, refurbish, and decorate their homes and workplaces with rangoli and diyas. This Diwali festival marks the beginning of winter and all new things, both in nature and humanity. So on this day, those who are celebrating wear the most beautiful and brand new clothes and pray to different gods and goddesses according to family traditions. And on this day, there's many lessons that can be learned. That Diwali, it represents so many things. As you saw, each of the days, there were different stories of each thing. And it's all so beautiful. Each story has their own twist to it. But there's 3 main themes that each of these things have. There's the theme of of good over evil, the theme of knowledge over ignorance, and the theme of light over darkness. So the win over good over evil, in our daily lives, obviously we're not performing evil like that. Things are not, unless you're like a police officer or something saving the world like that. Normal people like us, normal devotees like us, I think this is meant to be taken as the evil in our hearts. There's so much things like envy and ignorance that come with this material world, and with Maya influencing us as well. There's so many things. And when it says the win over good over evil, that's just saying that try to just use your bhakti, chant, spread the devotion, and that slowly purifies your heart of these evil things. There's goodness, passion, ignorance. Our top goal is to be in goodness. So just purify our heart and try to stay in this goodness is what I'm taking away from good over evil. And knowledge over ignorance. This is, if you read the Bhagavad Gita, if you're listening to lectures, if you're just participating activities and showing your devotional, like giving your heart to Krishna, this is kind of healing the ignorance from your heart. And this knowledge you get from multiple of these scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, your spiritual guru, everything, it slowly clears ignorance in your heart. And for light over darkness, I think this is just representing the diyas that we light, the lights that we shine. When Rama came back, the lights that we put out, it's kind of just showing this, it's like a concept of light over darkness. In this material world, there's a lot of dark things. And on this day of this new year, it's like a light over the darkness. So these are the 3 themes that you can take away from these many, many stories. And also, since Damodar Lila is my favorite pastime, It just, to me, it represents the efforts from us and the mercy from him. In the pastime, we all know the beautiful pastime, Yashoda, Maya, and Damodar. When she was chasing Krishna, Krishna is obviously a young boy. He's Bhagwan, so she couldn't catch up to him, and he noticed this, and he gave the mercy and let her catch him because of the love of the mother, right? And then when she tried to tie him to the wooden grinding motor, it was 2 fingers too short. And every single time she carried more and more ropes, tie it, still 2 fingers too short. And this was just a little act from Krishna that represented that you can't really bind him. He's Krishna. But because it's his mother and with so much love, she was just trying to tie him, teach him a lesson. He gave that mercy because he saw that effort. And then he tied. And then he also, on top of that, in his punishment himself, he also freed Manigriva and Nalkavera from years and years and years of their punishment to be trees. So Damodar Leela has a very special place in my heart. And in the translations of the whole Leela, if Damodar Astakam, you will see this described. So in this Diwali, let's clean our hearts too, just like we do with our houses, by bringing spiritual knowledge into ourselves. Our goal is to try to make our hearts as pure as a temple and call Radha Krishna in it to serve them and progress in bhakti. Let's also make our lives happier by upbringing that bhakti in us. So with utmost joy, let's pleadingly welcome Lord Rama this Diwali and ask him to engage us in his services. And I'll see you all in temple. I wish you all a very happy Diwali. And thank you so much for listening. And forgive me for any mistakes I had by displaying these pastimes. And I can just open the door to any questions that you may have or any realizations of Diwali. We can all talk about it together. I know Diwali has many different special places in all of our hearts. So if anyone wants to unmute and just share any questions or realizations from what they love about Diwali.
Thank you so much, Somya. It was great. Thanks for enlightening us. And I really love that part where you said that instead of cleaning, in addition from cleaning your home, we should clean our heart. So it was very wonderful and informative. I open the floor for any further questions. If anybody has question, please feel free or put it in the chat box.
Sorry, everyone. I know I was supposed to go to 8:30. So
No, you were good. It was very nice, short and sweet, and it was packed with all the information. So we got all the information.
Hare Krishna, Somya, very, very beautiful presentation, very short and sweet, and you covered everything. In fact, I was thinking that if I don't look at the screen and just hear your voice, someone talking, then I would feel like some elderly Mataji is speaking, and that's not Somya. It was very smooth, very well done. So
Thank
proud of you. Haribol.
Mataji. Hare Krishna, please bless me, everyone, so that I can continue and maybe take out this ignorance from my heart.
You are a blessed child.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy New Year. Happy Diwali.
Happy
Thank you.
Diwali.
Happy Diwali.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Krishna.
Somya, one question I have is, so just like Christmas, Diwali is nowadays, it's getting bigger and bigger in the US. More and more
Yes.
people know about this festival, and someday, hopefully, it'll be a national holiday also. So in
Yeah.
school, do you come across where people ask you what is the significance, what is Diwali, and how do you explain them? How do you, what do you tell them?
So in my school, sadly, because I live in a more like there's not many Indians in my community. I know a lot of schools in Parsippany, you guys get Diwali off. But in my community, sadly, we don't get Diwali off. But I still every single year we go to temple for Diwali, right? So my friends always ask, so what is this Diwali that you're going to? So I tell them my main description is that it is like kind of like the Indian New Year where you celebrate like everything, like it's a beginning of so many new things. Um, but I also my friends know very well how dear Damodar month is to me. Damodar Sakam is my favorite Leela. And I kind of one of my friends, she was asking like, so what really is this? I know you guys light lamps and all that. I searched up on Google, I was showing her like the lights in the festival. She saw pictures of Lord Rama. And I kind of told her that, this is the day in Ramayan, which is an ancient tale. I kind of described how Rama came back from an exile and there was a demon that he destroyed. He saved someone and everyone was enjoying and celebrating that. I kind of gave her like a rundown basis, but I also described the Damodar Leela and how I didn't go into how much what the Leela was, but I described like the significance of like how God is so merciful to us that we like it's like you can never catch him, but you can still, if you show that love, he will like reside in your heart. And she was like wow, like she's and like her family isn't very like spiritual or religious, so I brought this friend to a Janmashtami, I think last year or 2 years ago, and she was just shocked by how much culture there was. So I just love like sharing our like traditions with everyone, because in my community here in Waldwick, there's not much like religious things for spiritual things. Everyone just kind of they don't really go to church either. So I like to share this with however many friends I can get. But yeah, that's kind of what I describe. And I also always give there's always a tulsi in my lunch. So my friends call it the magic leaf because they don't know what tulsi is, but every single time there's always a tulsi in my lunch. So my friends always take turns because they're always like, leaves aren't edible, but they always take turns eating the tulsi because I tell them it's a magic leaf. So that's just some ways I spread it to my friends.
Wonderful. Thank you.
That's very nice. You're spreading the devotion by Tulsi. Anybody else?
Hare Krishna, Somya.
Hare Krishna.
Very wonderful explanation. Wonderful. You said you went 2 years back. I was thinking, I wish I should be there during Kartik month there
Oh,
in Vrindavan. Yes.
yeah.
And, the Tulsi leaf, magic leaf. Yeah, I remember when I was little,
Yeah.
when I used to go for exam, my grandma always told me, take this tulsi leaf with you.
Oh, see, it is a magic leaf.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
my mom actually, she's in Vrindavan right now. She's doing a big parikrama with her Guru Raj and all his disciples, and I'm just so jealous. Obviously, since I'm a senior with college application processes, I couldn't have went with her, but she's having the time of her life in the Braj Mandal Parikrama. She gets to camp on the grounds of Vrindavan, and it's in Govardhan. She's literally like going around Govardhan. It's so nice. So hopefully she can bring back some mercy for all of us.
Yes. Mhm. Keep it up.
That's the beauty of. Sorry, Mataji, go ahead.
No, that's okay, Mataji. Yeah.
No, I was saying that's the beauty of taking birth in the holy dham, because when you take birth in the holy dham, you have a natural affection towards that land, right? As they say that wherever you're born, naturally you're attached to that land. So so fortunate to be born in the land of Vrindavan. That natural affection is there.
Yeah.
And so, so do you have that
Oh,
affection
Mataji,
because
no,
of your parents?
there is such
Go ahead, Mataji.
devotees. I hope that one day I can get a little bit of what they have. There's so much love in this house for Radha Shyam that it's so inspiring every single day to live in this environment. I'm so blessed that Krishna gave me this life.
Yeah, it is contagious. You already have it. You just don't know it.
Oh,
Madhi Sita Mataji very rightly said. Yeah, that is so true and very fortunate. Yeah, that wherever you are born, you are proud of that place. So, and what to say if you are born in Mathura Vrindavan? So,
yeah.
okay, I think we are done with questions. Anything else before we end the session? So tomorrow's session will be in the morning. It is not the weekday schedule. Tomorrow is Monday, but we are having in morning at 8 a.m. on the significance of Govardhan Puja by His Grace Dhananjay Krishna Prabhu. Don't forget to join that session. And today marks our second day of extended Diwali and Govardhan Puja celebration at Center. So today we have a Sunday feast program and Govardhan Puja at 4:30. And today we are welcoming Ram Parivar at 4:45. So it will be, all lights will be off and we are welcoming Ram Parivar with a nice bhajan. So please don't forget or don't miss this opportunity to welcome Bhagwan Ram. And tomorrow is actual day of Govardhan Puja. So we will be doing Abhishek of Govardhan Shila and program starts at 6 p.m. So see you all there. And Hare Krishna, once again, happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali, everyone. I'll see you in temple. Haribol.
Everyone.
Haribol.
Hari
Happy Diwali,
Bol.
everyone. Hari Bol.
Happy Diwali.
Very well.
Happy Diwali.